Hello, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube. My name is Mr. Maxwell, and welcome to another chat about video games.
Yes, another one. It is a regular feature now.
Yes. Yeah, or at least I'm trying to make it a regular feature. I think we've had maybe 2 weeks. Skipped.
Yeah, 9 times out of 10 it's work related. That's why we haven't actually done it.
Yes.
No, actually, once was because there was literally nothing to talk about.
Yeah, nothing.
And the other times was basically either your work or my work.
Life got in the way, I think the second time. But yeah, there hasn't been much to talk about this week.
Okay, first things first. I think not much plaudits, but a little bit of well done to ourselves for actually continuing doing this when there has literally been next to nothing news-wise.
I know.
Or at least
pat myself on the back.
Stuff that we really don't want to talk about.
I know.
Certain company beginning with you, and we'll leave it at that.
Yeah. I'm not good with the bad stuff.
Look, Jim Sterling is perfect at make AAA companies the full broadside, and we would just be a pale imitation.
To be
honest, most commentators are literally giving Ubisoft and anyone else involved in that sort of thing the full broadside of a 24 cannon Man of War.
And they all have big viewerships.
Yes.
And where I have the viewership of 0.
Yes.
It's just makes more
sense. I know,
sense.
but the point is
this.
Yeah. Anyway. The point I was trying to make is that we've been, even though there's been literally next to nothing to talk about.
Oh yeah.
We've still been doing this.
So not much this week.
No,
this last week, not much. I mean, I think Ubisoft, the Ubisoft Forward and a couple of other things, pretty much dominated the game news as
the last couple of weeks. Yeah.
Obviously, we had Jeff Keighley's little hands-on with the controller for the PS4.
Yes.
I'm not really going to talk about that because I just don't care enough about just the controller.
Yeah, I'm of the opinion look, it looks cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna reserve judgment on
exactly
it until I have it in my hands, because just because it works well for Jeff Keighley doesn't mean it works well for everyone. So, and I've noticed gamepads are slowly getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Apart from Nintendo.
Yeah, Nintendo just want to make theirs smaller and smaller.
Yeah.
Unless you want to spend £50 on it.
Yeah, which ends up not actually working properly because the Switch still has issues with
controllers.
What was it, the dead zone?
Yeah.
Drift.
But
can you get your shit fixed, Nintendo?
No,
please?
It's Nintendo.
Please.
It's not going to happen.
I know it's not going to happen.
You have to do updates for your Joy-Cons.
Which reminds me, I'll probably have to sort mine out.
See, I don't have to do them because I've actually got a controller that you plug into it.
Yes.
And that's what I use, so I don't have to update my things. But anyway,
you probably will have to update that as well because of Dead Zone Drift as well. Anyway, so
yeah, I might have to buy a new one. But other than that, but it works fine. I've used it a number of times.
Yeah.
It works fine. Anyway,
yours is one of the more modern ones, which means that you don't have to buy a new one. You just have to go in and sort out the software.
Yeah, you just have to manually play.
Mine I got, on the other hand, ain't got that.
Yours was rubbish.
Ain't got that. Official Nintendo fucking pads, and they don't.
Yeah. I actually want to buy one of the special ones, the ones that's linked to a game.
Yeah, don't do.
No. What I mean is it's got a design on it. That's
yeah.
It's like a Zelda or a.
What do you mean, like the pads I've been getting?
No, you got a gold and red one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a Metroid.
No. I mean So not that because the one I got after you got that one.
Yeah.
Right? My one I got is just a plain black, normal, no thing.
Yeah, I know.
Sort of thing, right? These ones are the same design as.
Oh, right. They're just...
Not the same design as yours.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Anyway, on to the news.
On to the news. Like I said, not a lot has happened, so we're going to just talk about... I mean, one thing that I would like to talk about did happen, but we'll get to that in a minute. This one just kind of interests me because I think it's quite a good thing that we could chat about. Metacritic will delay user reviews for games. Now, these aren't the only ones to do it. I think Rotten Tomatoes is doing it as well.
Mm-hmm. I think it's to stop
the release. So I think, if I remember correctly, what they're doing, it's like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
18 days, if I remember correctly, after the release of the game.
2 and a bit weeks. 2.5 weeks.
When you can start putting user reviews on.
For games, I can totally understand.
I can see this going very... There's 2 ways to look at this. Right. You can look at it as... because by the looks of it, of what I've seen, it's only... It's not critics.
Yeah.
It's only users.
Well, in the game... Well, to be perfectly honest, most critics in the gaming industry... I wouldn't really class them as critics.
Yeah,
but anyway.
I know. But like for 2 and a bit weeks, if user reviews aren't going to give it... If you can't give a user review for 2 and a bit weeks, a game that could be... So let's say the next FIFA game. It's going to be your bog standard FIFA game.
Yeah.
But we both know the critics are going to come out and praise this to be the second coming of Jesus for sports games.
Yeah, it's like, oh, this is the greatest FIFA ever.
Exactly. Right.
This is the greatest FIFA ever.
They're going to be giving it like 7, 8s, and 9s.
Yeah.
It's going to be getting those numbers, which means for 2 and a bit weeks, that rating on that game is going to be quite high in an area where it really shouldn't be.
No.
That's my kind of worry for this whole situation.
That is what...
I do understand why they've done it.
Yeah, I think they've done it to try and counter review bombing. The problem is that that's going to happen as soon as users are going to be able to do it anyway.
Exactly.
It's like I guarantee you, FIFA 2021 will release. It'll get plaudits to the hell high heavens, because EA have basically paid them off. I'm sorry, I'm gonna.
Oh yeah.
They haven't paid them off, but they've basically gone, look, give this a good review, otherwise you're not getting any more exclusives.
Yeah.
It's what happens. And so all like the games media will give it a decent score,
mm-hmm.
and then people will go and buy it, and then people will go, wait, this is fucking last year's FIFA.
Exactly.
There's nothing new. There's nothing different. I mean, I feel sorry for Madden players, because they're just getting they're getting it worse than FIFA players. They're getting totally shafted. Have you seen the reveal trailer for Madden 2021?
No.
Yeah, right. The features they are going on about, like in-game realistic tackling.
What?
Yeah.
Wasn't that already in?
Yeah. Literally, honest to God, you could look at that trailer and go, wait, aren't these all in? Like, it is.
I mean, at least with the last FIFA game, they put in FIFA Street. I mean, they called it something else.
Volta Football.
But at least they did something.
Yeah, I know. But the thing, like, my thing is like, yeah, you had this in a PS1 game. By the way, you had this feature, 5-a-side, was available on FIFA 98. I know, I've got the game. I've still got the game.
But that for NFL, for Madden, that's just awful.
Yeah.
What are they gonna? What's the next one like? Realistic passing of the ball. No, you know what it'll be?
Ball flight physics.
Ball flight physics.
That's what it'll be. We'll have realistic ball flight. Isn't that something you should have had at the start of the fucking thing?
No, they'll do the pandering of because we've changed the Redskins because the Redskins have already actually changed, so you kind of had to do that.
Yeah.
Apparently, that's going to be in 2021. They're working to.
Basically, they're going to have it ready on launch, whatever the Redskins are going to be called.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, why is it taking...
Spoons! Let's call them the Washington Spoons.
Yeah, they tend to finish 4th in their division anyway, so, you know.
I want
Sorry, Redskin fans.
If I'm honest, I think all American football teams should change their name
to be named after
to
utensil
just-
pieces.
To be named after utensil pieces. You can't call things that are falcons. You can't have the Atlanta Falcons because you're insulting falcons, right?
Clearly.
You can't
Oh,
have.
Right. The thing is,
No, I'm not on about like the Redskins thing. What I'm on about is like the way everything is going. Just like you can't say anything without offending somebody. So you can't be called the Falcons because you are not physically a Falcon.
Yes.
So therefore you cannot be
Miami
called.
Dolphins can't be called.
Miami Dolphins cannot be. So
I mean, to be perfectly honest, if I had an entire squad, if the Miami Dolphins had an entire squad of Dolphins, it would probably be a much improved team,
Right.
and B, if we lost, well, it'd be understandable. Well, the game's on dry ground, and our squads are Dolphins. What do you
I
expect?
know, right?
Someone create. Do you know what? Here's the thing. Someone create Blitzball.
Yeah. Or Speedball.
Oh, Speedball. Speedball too.
But yeah, so you can't have Cowboys. You can't have Dallas Cowboys because
None of them are Cowboys.
None of
I mean,
them
to
are
be
Cowboys.
to be perfectly honest, you can easily make them Cowboys though.
That's very true.
Same with the Giants.
But here's the thing: they have to come in, right?
Like dressed as Cowboys.
Dressed as Cowboys. No, none of the pads. Because the Cowboys don't wear pads,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Have you ever watched a movie, a cowboy movie, and he's wearing a helmet and protective pads and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
No, he's wearing a cowboy hat. He's riding a horse. Granted, give them all horses. They all get horses.
Yep. Well, the Cowboys.
And 6-shooters. They all get 6-shooters.
Cowboys. They're Cowboys.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, and the 10-gallon hat.
Yeah, I'm thinking like this is what we should do. We should just rename everybody and just give them either make them into what they are by their name or rename them into weird utensils. I think this is what we should do. The Oakland Raiders, we can't have the Raiders. We can't have the Raiders because they're not Vikings.
Well, Vikings weren't the only ones that raided.
Yeah, but their logo is clearly something to do with a bloody Viking.
I don't think it is, you know.
It's a guy with a horned helmet.
Possibly. I don't know. Anyway.
Doesn't matter. We've gone off topic. Who cares? It's American football. Nobody gives a damn.
Apart from America, because...
So, yeah, apart from America, obviously.
Because of America.
Anyway, so yeah, the delayed user reviews, I think, can be a good idea. I just got a really bad feeling it's gonna backfire.
It's done.
So badly.
It's done to stop review bombing.
This is what I think.
But it won't stop review bombing because people will wait till the. And here's the thing: it may actually have the opposite effect.
This is what I'm thinking.
It's like it'll get all these good reviews from critics.
I'm thinking people are just going to review bomb games now just because of the delayed user reviews.
No. What I mean is they may have the people will see the reviews, get the game, realize it's shit, or it's just like last year's version, or it's last year's version without modes A, B, and C.
Yeah.
EA.
Or it's Madden with realistic tackling.
Yeah, or it's Madden with. It's just like you basically take stuff out and then put it in like 10 years later
and charges extra for us.
And say, yeah, it's a new feature. No, it's not.
These are this my thing.
Right, and so all these more people will then go, do you know what? I don't agree with this review, and just basically massive review bomb.
Yeah. That's true.
So it may have the opposite effect.
It's going to be worse as well for next gen, because if you think about it, like by the looks of things, at least 2K are going to be trying to do this.
Oh, charging more,
charging like $70, which means it's probably going to be about £60.
But still have all their bullshit microtransactions.
But that's going to be your bog standard bullshit game, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, your microtransactions crap, right? So imagine that, like it's gonna backfire hugely on that. Because I can't imagine somebody even in America spending $70 on a game on NBA 2K21, right? Playing that game. Let's say 2K21 comes out in the same state as 20, right? Which was fucking awful.
Which was basically the previous game, to the point where literally it had the same launch symbol. The shortcut symbol it could create was literally 2K 2019.
Yeah. Can you imagine Can you imagine the backlash that game's going to get?
But they don't care.
If it's just as bad.
Look, 2K doesn't give a shit about that.
Well, I know, no, but I'm on about, like, for 2K, they don't care, because they've got GTA. They've got GTA Online, which makes them just a stupid amount of money.
Yeah.
And they've got Red Dead.
And they've got their bullshit microtransactions in all their games.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. The thing that will make a lot of these companies stop is when governments start getting involved.
I know that. But what I'm saying is, not for 2K, but, like, I don't know, let's look at EA. EA, at the moment, I would say, with the whole loot boxes things coming, pretty much, it's going to happen. They're going to start getting taxed on that, which means I think they're going to be losing a lot of money.
But here's the thing: they're either going to get banned outright, or they're going to get taxed from it. And if the government says, "Look, you can have them in, you just can't have it. It can't be classed as a 3 or above."
Yeah.
If that happens, FIFA will turn around and go, "Hey, hang on, how come our game is now an 18?"
Yeah.
No, take it fucking out. It's a 3 or above. If it's not a 3 or above, we're not letting you sell it.
Right? So I would say EA are in a sort of delicate situation right now. Right? So imagine the games come out, they're $70.
Yep.
They come out. They are, Madden comes out and it is exactly the same as last year's game, which is exactly the same as the game the year before that. Right? It's not going to take long, other than your absolute die-hard fan. Right?
Yeah, which there is a lot.
It's not going to take very long for those people who have bought that game to turn around and be like, "I've spent an extra $10
on a game that
is exactly the same as the game before this one."
I think a lot of the companies are looking at 2K and seeing if they can get away with it.
Yes.
If they are able to get away with it, then they'll up the prices. And this is the thing. NBA 2K21, we know it's going to have microtransactions. We know it is. And what's the argument that they always say? "Oh, well, we have to have this in because we only sell it for $60. That's why we have to put all these microtransactions in, because we don't make enough money from just the selling of the game. We don't. No, we don't."
Yeah. Which we all know
we all know is bullshit, but now they're just going to prove it because they're going to sell it for $70 and still have the exact same bullshit microtransactions as they had before.
Yeah.
And they're going to do the usual bullshit. Your 2Ks, your 2Ks, your EAs, your Activisions. They're going to do the whole thing of, "Look, give this a good review, otherwise..."
Yeah. This is my worry. You're gonna get these games.
But that happens anyway.
Oh yeah, I know.
That happens anyway.
I know. But
and I think the thing is like the people that go to Metacritic probably are already aware of this, and probably like the vast majority of them will be like, "Do you know what? I'm just gonna wait for 2 weeks and see what the actual reviews come in."
That could also happen. Like we could get like release day. What happens on release day is that nobody buys the game.
Yeah.
Until the 2 weeks are up and people start seeing the user reviews.
Yeah, I think people will look elsewhere, because the trust for the games media, there is none.
Yeah.
No one takes.
I don't really trust them. I buy the official PlayStation magazine, but I don't buy that for the reviews.
No,
I buy that for the first look stuff.
Yeah.
That they get.
See what's
coming. Basically, that's it. Or if they've got like an interview with, whenever they have an interview with Hideo Kojima or Kevin Levine and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'll read those and maybe I'll.
But you never get it for the reviews.
Yeah, I never read the reviews because I just don't care. Like for me, it's what I like about the game.
Yeah.
If I think something looks cool, I'm going to buy it. Like I know that Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I know this is the second week in a row I'm talking about this game, but I hate Assassin's Creed now so much that I want. Like the hatred is there.
We know Assassin's Creed.
I know Valhalla is going to get gold stars all over the place.
Yeah, it's literally going to have people's babies.
But I'm not going to buy that game because it doesn't look.
It's not an Assassin. Well, like
it
we
doesn't
said,
look good.
Like we said, last week, I think it was.
Yeah, it's not an Assassin's
not
Creed.
Assassin's Creed.
It's a game with an Assassin's Creed moniker on it, but other than that, it's not an Assassin's Creed game. The thing that annoyed me as well in the latest one, there's like, oh, they've brought back the blade. First off, the first thing, right? Because I haven't played Odyssey, because I played Oranges and I didn't really like it, so I didn't get Odyssey. Why did you not have the blade in Odyssey? The main thing for the assassin characters is the blade.
Yeah,
Why is that not in Odyssey? And 2, in Valhalla, the blade's on the wrong fucking side.
It's on the outside and not the inside.
What the fuck?
It's not exactly hidden if you can see the entire fucking thing it's in. And it's clearly like, well, that looks like there's a blade in there. That was the whole point of the hidden blade. It was a gauntlet. It was a gauntlet that would be like, yeah, it just looks like armor.
I know this is a huge tangent, but it will rack itself around. I'm trying to make a point. But my point is, right?
Valhalla's getting good scores.
Valhalla's going to get good scores, right? I feel like
the
2 weeks are going to end, and then that score, because it's going to get like a 9.3 score. It's going to be in the 9s with the critics, right? Unless they're counting the YouTubers as critics as well.
By the way, okay, in regards to all this, GameSpot, I guarantee you that'll give it higher than Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a second.
Ghost of Tsushima is more than what GameSpot gave it. It's just the fact that that Sucker Punch didn't give GameSpot enough money.
It's just going to give games like Valhalla a false score.
Yeah.
For those 2 weeks.
Yes,
and
it is.
I kind of feel like it's going to be misleading.
Yes.
Which, for Metacritic and Rotten Tomatoes, that's not your point.
Yes. And here's the thing. If this blows up in their face, we could have a potential where Metacritic turns around and goes, right, all these outlets were not using their review scores. So it may in the long run have an effect of like, yeah, all these bullshit reviews which were clearly, given under either duress or for a favour, end up being like, yeah, they don't count anymore.
Yeah.
And I hope it does, because that seems to be the only way the fucking the games media will actually fucking realise that, you may get enough people to keep tugging along, but no one trusts you.
Yeah. Nobody likes you anymore.
No one trusts you. IGN, I mean, it has improved since the changeover of leadership. But there's plenty of sites.
IGN are still the company that you clearly know they've been paid to give this game. A good review.
And also, like, there's clearly some titles that are solely there for clickbait.
Yeah.
But that's almost a given for every single bloody game's work. But yeah.
Speaking of reviews, and actually speaking of GameSpot, considering this is where the article is from, GameSpot gave Ghost of Tsushima a 7, which is a good score. I would say it's a little bit more. My main criticism of the review, though, is the fact that it's like they just go on about how empty.
It's an open world with lots of empty spaces in. I'm sorry, have you played an Assassin's Creed game?
Did you not play Origins or Odyssey?
Did you not play any... Actually, do you know, have you not played a Ubisoft game in the last, 5 years?
Ghost Recon Breakpoint. Assassin's Creed Black Flag. I mean, yeah, you're on a boat, but...
There's an awful lot of sea there.
There's an awful lot of nothing there.
The Division 1.
Watch Dogs 2.
The Division 1.
The Division 1.
Watch Dogs.
There's a lot of nothing in those games.
Assassin's Creed 3.
Yeah. And Ghost of Tsushima, at least, okay, there's a lot of open spaces, and it is partly my one criticism of it. But at least it's fucking good to look at.
Yeah, but also, like, there's always something on the horizon.
At least, it's not just that. At least it's not brown. Like, how many of those games, how many of these open world games that literally are like, oh, these maps are so big. How many of them are coloured fucking brown?
Quite a few.
And it's literally just like, oh, it's just a desert. I'm just in a desert. Or I'm in a. These are the same people that give, like, Fallout 4 this huge bloody score, but don't mention the fact that there's literally nothing in this game.
Yeah, or the fact that, like, it's a terrible Fallout game.
Yeah, it's a terrible Fallout game.
It's a terrible Fallout
They don't
game.
mention these facts, and yet you pick something so tiny, and use that for your whole review of
You like,
Ghost of
yeah,
Tsushima.
basically they go, and this is the thing, it's like, I've said it before, it's like, there's quite a few Ubisoft open world games where you can literally stand in the middle of a field, do a 360-degree turn, and see nothing interesting. Ghost of Tsushima is not that. You do 360, and I can guarantee you there's at least one thing that piques your interest.
Exactly. I mean, we've only just started. Ghost of Tsushima.
Yes.
So,
well, I'm basing off because I've seen
but
other people.
So far,
I've seen other people be playing it, and
my voice broke there.
it does feel like there's always something trying to catch your attention in Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah.
And especially in the more recent Ubisoft games, I do not get that at all. There is nothing that I go, ooh, what's this? What's that over there? I'm literally like, okay, so the mission wants me to go over there. Okay.
I do feel like that was... No, actually, I tell you what, with Ubisoft, it's just, okay, where do I need to go? Hit the touchpad button. Brings up app. Oh my god, the symbols.
I mean, yeah, there's a lot of stuff on those maps. 99.9% of it is collect 1,000 things.
I'm just ranting about Ubisoft now.
Yeah.
That's all this is turned into.
I think we've said our piece on this, and as usual, we've gone off on tangents on other things. But you know,
yeah, we'll move on. We'll move on now. Otherwise, I'm just going to end up ranting even more about
how
Ubisoft. And
Assassin's Creed is no longer Assassin's Creed.
They've just ruined themselves.
And how Ghost of Tsushima is a better Assassin's Creed game than Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, which, it is. Just straight up is. I'm sorry, but it is. Anyway, this kind of hurt me a little bit because if anybody has watched any of our chats, you will know that I'm actually quite a big Destiny fan.
Yeah.
I do love my Destiny,
Mm-hmm.
and Beyond Light was touted to be out in September.
Yeah.
So I was really looking forward to it. However, due to the pandemic, another thing the pandemic has ruined for me, it is now been pushed back to November.
Which is understandable because there's going to be a lot.
Oh yeah, I'm not blaming Bungie at all. I'm blaming the pandemic.
Yes. The thing is because they can't work necessarily in an office environment.
They basically can't get the work done fast enough.
Yeah, because
to get it out in September.
I mean, yes, people can say, well, they can work from home, and it's like, yeah, but the
working from home, even in this schedule, it's completely different.
Yes,
to working in an office.
Yeah, I know, but the point I'm trying to make is like, especially in like a creative, genre like gaming, a lot of things like get discussed on the floor.
Yeah.
Like, how's this working? Is this working? Will this work better? Is this a good idea? Is that a bad idea? Etc. Etc.
Yeah.
And when a lot of the people are working from home, they can't do that
unless they're doing
on
Skype.
the fly.
Yeah.
But they can't do that on the fly, which is what would usually happen. Like if someone sees something and goes, "Ooh, that's a good idea," or "Ooh, that doesn't work the way we want it to," and so it just slows down development because people do their work and then they have their schedule to get together and like, this is what we've got, this is where we're at, this is what we're going through, like, and that's when they get to like put their heads together. But they can't just do it as and when needed.
Yeah.
So it just slows everything down. It's gutting. I'm really interested in it. I'm looking forward to it.
Well, you've just gotten back into Destiny.
Yeah.
Because
Honestly,
of
the
all this
latest
stuff.
bit of free expansion-y stuff
It's been alright. It's been quite
has
fun.
been pretty fun because it's it's not it's trying to force me into multiplayer stuff, but I don't. It's not like you have to go into multiplayer stuff.
Yeah, you don't get anything for going into the multiplayer.
Yeah.
Into Crucible.
Or
Gambit.
or Trials. It's not forcing you in there.
Yeah.
You've still got a choice. It's like, well, I won't get the extra stuff this week then.
Which is cool.
Yeah.
I really like it.
And it's given us more lore on like what may or may not be the big bad.
Yeah, it's actually starting to look like everything that we've been told about the darkness might not necessarily be true.
Yeah.
Which is really good. I think the way they're doing it,
yeah,
it's
almost like it's a different faction,
yeah,
but not necessarily. It's almost like, because the big thing was like the darkness caused the collapse.
Yes.
From what we were told. And it's like, well, is this going to be causing us another collapse, or is it like, because it's trying to communicate with us? Yeah.
The whole plot so far is that the darkness is, or at least the pyramid ship that are around at the moment.
Yeah, are trying
to communicate with us, and Sabathun is preventing it.
Yeah.
It's like she's doing something.
And she's Hive. More importantly, she's
a Hive Queen.
She's a Hive Queen and daughter of...
No, she's sister.
Oh, sister
she's
of...
Oryx's sister.
Yeah.
I think.
I thought she was Crota's sister.
No, because Oryx only has, I think, two sons.
Two sons.
One is Nokris, who you meet in Thingy.
Yeah, in Mars.
On Mars in Destiny 2, and the other one is Crota.
And we've killed both of them.
Oryx actually has two sisters. Because the law for the Hive is that they started off as the Worm Gods. Yeah. Oryx, Sabathun, and a third one.
Yeah.
If I can remember. I'm trying to remember this correctly, because the law for the Worm Gods is Destiny 1.
Yeah. Yeah, and Destiny 2 went through that whole phase of like, well, the lore in the last game was more stories.
Yeah,
not necessarily true.
You don't have to take everything as gospel. You take stuff with a pinch of salt. So, knowing that, after learning that, you kind of sort of like, well, is that true, or is that not true? So
the thing is that it seems to be once he left separated from Activision, they kind of went, well, a lot more of it is actually true than what we were making you believe.
So, yeah, Oryx has two sisters. One of them being Sabathun, and another one who they did give a name, but for the life of me I can't remember. Mainly because she never really gets mentioned. Oh. So she's like the forgotten child, by the sounds of things. But anyway, but yeah.
But the thing is, isn't it mentioned the Sabathun was mentioned in the first one.
Yeah, she is mentioned.
She's mentioned in Taken
one.
King.
Yeah.
I can't remember if it's one of the story missions or if it's actually during the raid. But she's mentioned.
Yes.
And then there's another statue / carving of the other sister.
Yeah, in the raid.
But I'm pretty sure your ghost doesn't say her name.
Yes, if I remember correctly. Yeah, if I remember correctly, there's 3 statues. Well, there's the big door, and there's like 3 sort of like motifs.
Yeah.
One's
carvings.
Oryx.
There's
3 carvings. Yeah. One's Oryx. One's Sabathun, and the other one is because it's broken.
Yeah.
It's actually a broken sort of thing, so you can't actually see like
who it is.
But yeah, that would be the other sister.
Yeah.
Because Oryx is in the middle. Oryx in the middle, Sabathun's on the left. I could be wrong. I could be completely wrong, but I think that is.
We're going off memory here, but we did go reran through Taken King
a lot. We did. But anyway, the other good thing.
Back when we actually raided.
The other good thing is Season of Rivals. is getting pushed to November. So if you've been playing it and you've played it as often as I do, which I played about twice a week, it gives you more time to get to rank 100 for the season pass. I'm rank 50 now, so it shouldn't take me too much longer.
I'm a little bit. I think I'm 10 things behind you, maybe a lot more.
But I've pretty much got everything that I wanted from the season pass.
Yeah.
So I'm good with that. That's obviously been pushed, which is good, and it gives more people more time to jump on before the online comes out.
Because I think the hype's starting to going up for it. People are starting to really.
I think there's another because they've delayed it. They're actually going to do another live stream that they do.
Yeah.
So they're going to show off more stuff. As long as they don't, because I remember the last one that they did when it was just before Shadowkeep came out. They were like, "Oh, we're going to do a big live stream." Now, granted, this was when they were still with Activision.
Yeah.
So this might be the reason. But we're going to do another live stream, and everyone was like, "Oh, we're gonna see some cool stuff," and it wasn't. It was just a game of Gambit.
Because of course.
So
anyway, Destiny. I mean, to be honest, we could usually talk quite a bit about Destiny, couldn't we?
I love Destiny. I absolutely love the game.
This is the thing. The gunplay's great. It's.
I love the lore of the game.
What dropped me was like the stuff with like Mercury and some of the DLC. Was
Mercury was a bit of an insult.
Yeah, like Mars wasn't as good as I was hoping it was to be.
No, Mars.
I mean, we got a little bit of Rasputin, but it's the whole thing of like they'll sell you on like you're gonna find out what Rasputin is, and then it doesn't really tell you much.
Yeah, you have to you'll find out what Rasputin is, but you're not gonna find out in story. What you have to do is do all the challenges to get the little.
Yeah, lore things.
The little lore things to find out what Rasputin is, which I suppose, okay, they're not lying to you, but at the same time, they're not exactly being truthful with you.
Yeah.
I kind of understand that sort of stuff if people get annoyed at that, because it is one of my main things that annoy me. Like, we're going to find out Cade's backstory, or stuff like that, when Forsaken came out. Okay. And no, you don't find out Cade's backstory. Not in story. You find it out by doing the quest for the Ace of Spades.
Yeah.
Which is not part of the story.
No.
So,
and also, it's just written. It's just written.
Yeah.
It's not actually like.
Yeah.
It's not actually like.
There's no cutscenes or anything like that.
And everyone goes on about like the whole thing with Dark Souls and their lore in their items, but that's been there.
That's been there since Dark Souls.
Yeah.
It's been there since Dark Souls, and
also it's like a lot of the stuff in the lore is with people and actions that you have no interaction with.
The whole point in Dark Souls and the Demon Souls and actually even Bloodborne is that you have come in pretty much at the end of everything that's happened.
Yeah.
Like, you've not come in like halfway through so you can see half the things. That you can see Lawrence in Bloodborne turn into the Cloak Beast for the Nightmare thing, or you see the relationship between German and Lady Maria and stuff like that. You won't see that because you've come in at the end. You've missed everything. You've missed all the big stuff. The Dark Souls, it's the same. You won't see Gwyn relight the fire because he's already done it.
Yeah, you don't see. Is it Asturias?
Yeah.
You don't see Asturias die.
Artorias, sorry.
Artorias. You don't see Artorias
die.
I mean, granted, in the DLC, he's like the final boss.
Yeah, but it's
after he's fallen. It's after he's fallen into the darkness. So you don't see like, you don't see the witches, the fall of the witches and how they, why they were banished and all that sort of stuff. And you don't see what caused Queeleg.
Yeah, and we Dark Souls 3. We don't see what what's caused the lands to kind of join together into that weird mishmash of things that it is. Because, like I said,
it's at the end.
You're at the end. You have come in at the end.
You are the last hope for the for the Age of Fire. You are it. You are the last throw of its dice. And if you fail, it is over. And if you decide not to be like the fire, it is over.
Yeah.
The Age of Fire is gone. And so that's why Dark Souls lore is done the way it's done. Because it's a lot of stuff that's already happened long before you got there. And I think the thing is, I like it in the stuff like Thorn.
Yeah, the Thorn and the Last Word. Their lore is done quite well via
because it's again about stuff that's happened long before you showed up. But when it's like characters that you actually interact with, like Cade, it kind of gets very disappointing.
Yeah, because it's like stuff like I would like to see that.
Yeah,
I would like to see that.
I would like to see what has happened.
Yeah. Like
also, just a little thing for Bungie. When are the hunters, Mr. Maxwell included, when are the hunters going to
get a Vanguard?
The Vanguard representative at the moment, there's still Zavala and Ikora, and that's it. There's no hunter.
Although I will be honest, I would rather not have a Vanguard representative than Ikora or Zavala.
Yes, as a Titan, I honestly, right? If Destiny was real, and I would be a Titan, because I am a Titan. I'm a Titan main, and that's pretty much the only character I have. I would be constantly having arguments with fucking Zavala, constantly.
Well, that's mainly because you're a Hammer Titan.
Yes,
you're a Flame Titan.
Well,
which is
I'm
actually in law what happens.
Yes, I know, but also I'm not of the. I'm just gonna fucking sit back and we'll just let them. It's like, no, I'm gonna be in the front fucking line. I'm a goddamn tank. I'm going to take this.
Yeah, I feel bad for the Warlocks. I always feel bad for Warlocks. They are literally the forgotten child.
Yeah, you've got
Destiny.
the Titans, which are the favourite.
Yeah, the Hunters are always the cool ones, but never really get much sort of like love. They're just like, yeah, here you go, have that. And the Warlocks just get nothing.
They get forgotten.
They just get nothing.
Titans, on the other hand. Oh my god.
Titans just get everything. I love the fact that they did the Guardian games and they thought, yeah, this will be fine. Completely forgetting that the Titans are overpowered in the PvP.
Yeah, they are overpowered as fuck. They are overpowered to hell. I mean, the thing is like the abilities that work in the PvE work in PvP as well.
Yeah.
So, for example, the Titan has an ability where if he melees someone, it automatically recharges the shield.
Yeah.
It not only recharges their health, but it also gives them a shield as well. So if you melee an enemy, you're literally back to 200% health or something like that. And then it's like, yeah, I'm now just going to do my super.
The amount of one-hit kills the Titans have.
The Titans punch the hardest. Funny. The thing is, they punch the hardest, which means
their melee kills you in one hit.
Yeah.
They have a running bloody shoulder charge, which kills you in one hit.
That's if you go Shock Titan.
Yeah. They've got the hammer, which kills you in one hit.
Yeah. And the shield.
And the shield, which kills you in one hit. And they're all the melee attacks. And it's just sort of like, okay. And then if you don't have that ability, their normal punch will still kill you in one hit. The Warlock and the Hunter, you have to melee like twice.
Yeah.
On every class to get a kill. Not the Titans.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is like Titans can literally run like the whole thing of like melee kills instantly recharge your shield, and it's like if you run into a solo non-Titan, it's like I'm terrible, so I will potentially die.
Yeah.
Because I'm one, I tend not to try and melee people in PvP because I always miss because I'm terrible. But like I've seen friggin' Titan players just annihilate people. Yeah. Just annihilate teams.
It's not fun. It's not
before they get the super.
As a hunter, it is not fun being on the receiving end of a Titan whooping. It's not. It is not good. I did one match right and literally the entire my team was hunters and warlocks, and as soon as I saw that, I was like, the other team's just going to be titans. The other team, and yeah, all 6 of them were titans. We got our ass kicked.
Yeah.
I mean, we brought it back somehow. We didn't win. We did not win. We started bringing it back.
Respectable.
We started bringing it back, but then the Titans just unleashed their ultimates, and then
that was it.
It was game over after that.
Yeah, because they could. I think that's the thing that annoys me, that I don't like about Crucible the most, is there's no comeback. There's no such thing as a comeback in that game.
Not really, no.
The opposition team had to really drop the ball for them to.
The matchmaking's not very good either. Yeah. The matchmaking has never been good.
Yeah, no, but what I'm saying Crucible is like, because the supers still go off, you still get your supers, and your supercharges is based on kills.
Yeah.
So it's like, you've got to, you're starting to just get back into it, but unfortunately, because of the amount of kills they've got the supers now, and can just absolutely annihilate you.
It is a contention. It's one of the reasons why I do PvP. I only do PvP if there's an exotic that I really want.
Yeah.
To which actually I've got all the PvP exotics at the moment.
So there's no reason for you to go into.
There's no reason for me to go in it. I do need to get truth though. That's strike, but I actually need people to, because I've been doing it. I do the strikes, and unfortunately, because I'm on my own, I have to do it with randomers.
Yeah,
so they just kind of speed runners, through, and I don't have time to get all the keys. So I actually need two more people.
If there was a way for us to just do it 2-man, I would totally do it with you.
Yeah,
but
I'm trying to get some other friends back into it, so hopefully I can do it that way. But anyway, moving on.
The final thing
we watched. The Nintendo Direct Mini, which came out today.
Yes.
It wasn't a lot.
No, but they got the name right.
It is a mini direct.
It was a mini direct. And therefore there was not much.
Cadence of Hyrule is getting more.
It's getting DLC.
It's more DLC. It's getting a character pack.
Yep, you're gonna get. I think they're all Zelda characters. I don't recognize.
I think what they are the, the Toon Link, so the 3DS games.
Yeah. They're from them. Oh, I'm feeling they're from them.
That's the design of them.
There's one that's got a spear. There's one that is literally, if you mess up once, you instantly die.
Good God.
So one hit kill. And Dark Link and Dark Zelda.
Oh, okay. I didn't spot those. I was looking for other things while watching that.
The second DLC.
The second one was
soundtrack.
Pack, a music pack of 39 songs, I think they said.
Yes.
39 remixed Zelda songs.
Yes.
Which is pretty cool.
Yep. The Zelda soundtracks are usually pretty good.
Yeah, they're pretty good. I'm not into. I didn't like the Necromancer. I'm not into Necrodancer. That's the one. I'm not into that.
It's a rhythm.
Not my thing.
It's a rhythm dungeon crawler. I mean, that's a.
It's just not. It's not my thing. But yeah, it did really well. It's got a lot of fans. So the more for it, the more people should be happy, I think.
Yeah.
What was the third one? What was the third DLC pack?
Candace into. It's basically the mask of Majora in a sense.
Majora's Mask.
Majora's Mask, pretty much. It's like a whole new story, and it's the masked hero. So then apparently that character has special abilities depending on what mask they're wearing.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
that's a pretty cool little sort of replayability sort of thing.
Yeah.
Definitely
surprised. I didn't think. I mean, one, I had an idea it would do okay.
Yeah.
But it's been much more popular than I thought.
I think because a lot of streamers actually played it.
Yeah.
A lot of streamers played it.
Yeah. It's the thing is like the soundtrack to Zelda is really good, and it works with the
remix. The remixes that they've done.
But
it works with the style.
The soundtrack works with the gameplay.
Yeah.
So that's pretty darn cool.
But yeah, more Zelda. I'll be honest. I mean, expectations were maybe a bit too high for it, but I was kind of hoping maybe just a little cutscene or something for the next Breath of the Wild, because they've already announced.
Yeah, but that's not going to be. The thing is, this was primarily for non-Nintendo stuff.
I know.
I mean, yes, I know they started off with Crypt of the
Necrodancer.
Yeah, Necrodancer. Well, it's the
Cadence of
Hyrule, which is technically Nintendo.
Technically, but I think you can get it on PC.
Yeah.
Because it's DLC for the Necrodancer.
Yeah.
So.
Anyway, but that, and also in October, a full release version of the game plus all the DLC will be out as well.
Yes.
So
that's pretty cool.
After that, they went to
Rogue Company, which is Nintendo's, because I think it's only on Switch.
No, it's got crossplay.
Oh, has it got crossplay?
Yeah, it's not just Nintendo.
So is it on PC? Because I don't think it's on PS4 or Xbox.
I think it's on PC. I think it's due to be released on Xbox and PlayStation soon.
Okay. But yeah, they announced a new.
It's a
new character.
Glitch. It's a third-person hero shooter.
Yeah, but it has PvE and PvP.
Yes, it has PvEs and PvP modes. So.
Yeah, other than that, I don't really know much about Rogue Company.
Yeah, it's one that's been around. It's one of those that fell off the radar and I completely forgot. I don't think, is it being released or is it in beta? I don't know.
Yeah. WWE 2K Battlegrounds was also announced.
Yes.
It's this. I think this is actually going to be. This will be the third WWE game on the Switch.
Yes, and because it's a cheap game, it will probably maybe work.
It will probably maybe work. Seeing it, it kind of looked.
Do you remember the
I think it was Legends of Wrestling.
Legends of Wrestling, not Legends of Wrestling, but the one where the WWE one where it was all over the top, frigging John Cena was buff, but then plus buff.
Yeah. And they jumped into the fucking sky to do
their finishes.
The Rock did the rock bottom, but he jumped into the sky with the guy and then just slammed him. Yeah. And I think Hulk Hogan was in it.
Leg drop from the atmosphere.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that. It's pretty much that.
It is pretty much that. I don't like it.
No, and we didn't like.
Yeah, we didn't like that game.
And so this one's not gonna. Nah.
It's not for us.
It's not for us. There may be people who will enjoy it, but I know for certain that there's a lot of people that are like, yeah, you've released this, but I mean, I can understand why you haven't released WWE 2K21 because WWE 2K20 was that bad.
Yeah, it was really bad. And then the final announcement, well, kind of. Shin Megami Tensei 3 is getting a remaster.
A HD remaster.
It is coming to the Switch.
Yep.
It is also coming to the PS4.
Yes.
And that is also, but we saw the little trailer there. It looks pretty nice. It looks like they've really done up the graphics on that. It looks like it is actually just graphical.
Yeah, but the thing is, for games that old, potentially they've had to rebuild the game engine for it anyway.
Yeah.
It's
fine. I've never played anything in the Shin Megami Tensei games other than Persona.
Yeah.
Because for anybody who knows, Persona 5 is the actual first Persona game to not have the Shin Megami Tensei title in front of it. Because Persona is actually a spin-off of Shin Megami Tensei. So I've never actually played any of them, mainly because over here in the UK they're very hard to find. Yeah,
9 times it's literally up until very recently. Your non-mainstream Japanese RPGs, you had to go to really niche shops to be able to get.
Yeah,
them.
you had to go to possibly even market stalls.
Yeah, to get them.
You couldn't go to for us it's Game. You couldn't go to Game and buy a JRPG. Especially an obscure one.
That was the one thing I really was upset about with Granger Games closing. Yeah. Was that's where I got Disgaea from. That's where we got Demon Souls from. And that's where I bought. Yeah, that's where Demon that, and we would never have been able to get that from the likes of Game.
Yeah,
because it wasn't your niche games, we had to go to shops like that.
Yeah, that's why I bought my first Tales game.
Yeah.
Because the game didn't have any Tales games in them, which was weird.
So
now that I think about it,
I mean, thankfully there's like online shopping now. So
yeah. And to be fair, Game is actually stocking these games now.
Yeah, it's starting to, but it's only
still rare.
Yeah, only once they get popular.
Yeah, that's true.
Like Persona 3 was never there. Persona 3 was never there.
You had to order.
Yeah, I order it or hope to God some.
Persona 4, the original one, that the PS2 game, you couldn't find that. But when it came out on the Vita,
yeah,
it did.
Well, because it was basically launched with some of the Vitas. You could get the Vita and then Persona, you would be able to buy it with Persona 4.
Yeah, that's true.
Which was the smartest thing Atlas ever did, because especially
it is literally the only reason why I got it.
Yeah, in the UK market, I'd probably say that's how it got its popularity.
Yeah, because the only reason why I bought a Vita was to play Persona 4. It's just and Persona 5 because Persona 5 just blew up.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying is like everyone realized how good Persona was, and then it's like, yeah, by the way, this is a PS2 game.
Yeah.
FYI, they're making a PS4 version one now. It's called Persona 5. Just hint. So yeah,
and even if you were lucky to find those games, like Shin Megami Tensei, I have to think to say that name. Game. If you were lucky to find that, you were still spending like £50.
Yeah.
Like there's the Persona Q series that's only on the Nintendo DS.
Yeah.
Right. The first one, you can't find it anywhere, and I found it in CEX.
Oh God.
It's second hand.
Yeah.
£60.
Yeah.
For that game.
That's because they're rip-off versions CEX.
Yeah, I know they are. Like, fuck me. But still, like, Jesus Christ. They're very hard to find and they're very expensive, is what I'm trying to say here. So if this makes, mainly for the thing that we're going to talk about in a second, if this makes it a little bit easier to get these games and makes it a little bit cheaper, I'm very happy, because I really would like to try these games out.
Yes.
And moving on, they actually showed, because they did announce it, I think 2 years ago,
that there was
a Shin Megami Tensei 5
in
development. They actually showed not gameplay,
but the actual game,
like a
reveal. It was a reveal trailer of number 5.
Of number 5, yeah. And I have no judgment, because it is literally just a cutscene.
Yeah.
That's literally all it is. I have no judgment.
There's demons, there's gods, there's things.
It's got the art
hitting
style.
The fan.
Yeah, it's got the art style of Shin Megami Tensei. Everything looks pretty cool. It's all about the Shin Megami Tensei series, unlike Persona, because Persona is quite light, especially now after 4. I mean, you don't really say that about 1, 2, or 3. Well, those games are dark.
3, yeah, but here's the thing, right? No, right. Persona's each one of the Persona games has a specific emotion attached to it. It's also why the color is what it is. Like, is why 5's red and 4's yellow and blue is 3, isn't it?
Yes, blue's 3. Red, is 2 as well.
I'm pretty sure 3 has
3 is the one that deals with death, which is why its color is blue.
Yeah.
Because in Japan, blue, like the dark blue that it is associated with
death.
With death. Like over here, black is what we deal with, and that sort of thing. But anyway,
we're digressing.
A little bit. The Shin Megami Tensei series, though.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, those games are dark.
Dark. Well, it's about demons taking over the world and fucking horribleness that happens.
But yeah, and I've always wanted to try them out. So hopefully I can get a good.
Hopefully you can get your hands on them.
Yeah, hopefully I can get my hands on them.
And it's not extortionate prices.
Yeah, hopefully.
Hopefully.
But anyway, I think that's about it. It's really not much. Yeah. I've just got an ad. I've just got an ad here. PS5 testers wanted. We'll give you a free PS5 to test and keep. There you go, guys. So you want a PS5, go be a tester.
Yeah, the problem is I can't articulate to save my life. So I would be like, yeah, this works.
It works. I need you to do this though. Yeah, I'm not very. If you've watched any of these chats or any of my Let's Plays, you will know that I'm not a good. I'm kind of dumb when it comes to talking.
Or explaining things.
I'm just like
things.
that thing.
That
thing there. That's my way of doing things. But anyway, I do hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you've stuck around to the end. If you have, leave some comments down below what you think about the mini direct, what you think about Metacritic and Rotten Tomatoes delaying.
Do you agree or disagree with Mr. Maxwell's statement that the Assassin's Creed games are no longer Assassin's Creed games, and has Ghost of Tsushima out Assassin's Creed? I would like to say.
I think the fact that it's like an option to out Assassin's Creed is what makes it even better. Like you don't have to out Assassin's Creed if you don't want to.
No, you can
just go full honor mode and just have sword fights with everybody.
Yeah.
Or you can decide to go Assassin's Creed mode and be a better Assassin's Creed game than Assassin's Creed.
Yes.
Which is just fantastic.
I
know. What do you think about the mini? Is there anything in the mini direct that you like, such as the Rogue Company? If you're a player of Rogue Company, can you leave a comment and explain to me what it is? Is it good? Because I will be honest, until the little thing here on this mini direct, I didn't even know it was a thing.
I knew it was a thing. I remembered it from E3.
No.
But I hadn't realised it being released. But anyway.
Anyway. Again, I hope you've enjoyed this chat. And we'll see you in the next videos. Bye now.
Toodles.